Welcome back. You're still watching Channels Beam, and we have been discussing the killings of Nigerian students in foreign countries. I'm now being joined by Dr. Joe Odumaki. Dr. Odumaki, thanks for coming on the program.
My pleasure, and thanks for the great job you are doing.
All right, so now when you look at the fact that the brutal killings of Nigerians abroad is increasing by the day and becoming much more worrisome, people begin to wonder what actually is happening and what the government is doing to curtail such killings.
One thing is that the killing of our students outside this country has become a recurring decimal. Only of recent, one happened, a sad one took place in Accra, and then February 15th, we had another one that took place at the United Arab Emirate. And one wonders, students that are supposed to be studying here, but they decided to leave this country to study. And then we'll have missions, we'll have our embassies that are supposed to be representing the interests of Nigerians. But at times, when this ugly trend happens, one wonders what our missions, what our embassies, their roles should be, their role has been, and even if there have been dangers, and anyone been alerted, the sad incident that took place in February, that of Toba Falode, as we speak, the ambassador there has not visited the scene of crime. Not only that, a citizen of our great country died. Even as an ambassador, he is not there to represent Dubai, the UAE, but he's here to represent Nigerians. So the interests of Nigerians must be protected, the life of our citizens must be secured. Where there's any danger, they should be alerted, and if anything happens, if there's any ugly incident, there should be display or show of compassion. The embassy there must be more responsive and responsible.
So talking about embassies, what then now do you expect embassies and foreign missions to do when such cases or such killings arise? What exactly do you expect of them to do?
What is the embassy supposed to do? The embassy should be representative of the people. For instance, somebody died. Somebody mentioned it that the unfortunate thing about Toba is that Toba happens to be a Nigerian. If he was from another national, probably it would have been a different story. We must and we should never compromise standards. We should never play with the life of our citizens. I saw Toba in January when I traveled to Dubai. I was at the supermarket, and then the mother tapped me. So I saw him, and I was just teasing the mom. I said, "Is that your boyfriend?" And then he said, "It's my son, Mr. President." We discussed. And after that, 5 weeks after that, the boy, one of our brightest, a star, just fell. And we just decided that we'll wave it off with a wave of the hands. So that is why Women Arise for Change Initiative, we are so angry, we are grieved, we are terribly worried that something like that can happen to our own citizens. And up to this moment, the ambassador there had not even, he did not visit the site. Okay, CCTV camera is always on there, but the security man there said he does not see the floors. He only sees those people entering and those people coming out. Seeing where the boy fell, he should have fallen from 17th floor down, but he fell several meters away from the building, which literally showed that he was wounded, probably, and then thrown from that floor because he fell, off from that place. So, but Dubai, for instance, private prosecution is not allowed. It's only the state, Nigeria, that can take up that government. An individual cannot and is not allowed to do so. So that gives one such worry that our citizens, how can our citizens keep dying and we fold their arms and we are using taxpayers' money to pay an ambassador that is there in that climb? So it portends grave danger. And we have so many of our children schooling all over the globe. This is not the best way to treat a citizen of this country. And even in death, that's why we insisted that injustice to Toba is injustice to all. Injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. And that boy must not die in vain. So his blood cries for justice, and that justice we must get.
So, and then what about the Nigerian government? What do you, I mean, what does your initiative, what do you expect of them to do when things like this happen? Of course, I know they have foreign missions, which are clear and which are representatives of them in countries where these missions are established. What exactly do you want them to do back home before those abroad can copy?
What we want is, we want that case to be reopened. The Foreign Affairs Minister, we have written to the Committee on the Diaspora, and we gave to the Chairman, Honorable Abike Dabiri, the Chairperson. The Foreign Affairs Minister and the President was copying. Toba was a citizen of this country. In fact, it gives me great pain to refer to that boy in the past. And so all of us as citizens must ensure that Toba gets justice.
All right, Dr. Odumakin, thanks for telling us so much about this case, and thank you for giving us so much insight as to what your initiative has been able to do to ensure that Nigerians, not only Toba, but Nigerians abroad, I mean the killings of Nigerians abroad, is stopped and halted once and for all. Thank you for coming on the program again.
My pleasure.
Dr. Joe Odumakin telling us how her initiative has been campaigning seriously to ensure that students abroad are protected. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when Channels Beam return, we'll be looking at your tweets and your comments on our social media platforms, and then review the 5 most viewed videos on our YouTube channel for the past week. Don't go away. We'll be right back right after this. Another breathtaking conversation, but do remember to find both conversations. You have to visit our website. It's channelstv.com, or our YouTube channel, youtube.com/channelsweb. Let's now take a look at selected comments from our social media platforms.
The ongoing effort to locate.
The 5th most viewed video in the past week is the channel's television report on the Nigerian government accepting the help of the U.S. government in the mission to rescue 234 abducted schoolgirls.
President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan Tuesday welcomed and accepted a definite offer of help from the United States of America.
At the number 4 spot is the channel's TV report again on Chibok schoolgirls who escaped abduction by Boko Haram members. The girls were sharing their experience.
هؤلاء البنات كانوا كنا مسلمات.
A report on the video showing over 100 abducted girls reading Quranic verses released by Boko Haram leader Abubakar Shekar is the 3rd most viewed video. The 2nd most viewed video is Channels Television online streaming platform on YouTube. Viewers from around the world can watch Africa's best TV station from the comfort of their mobile phones and computers. Still enjoying views, the video showing Nigeria's First Lady, Patience Jonathan, displaying emotion over the abduction of over 200 schoolgirls in Chibok community, Borno State, is number one.
Chai, Chai, there is God, oh. There is God, oh. The bloods we are sharing, there is God, oh. 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 There is God.
Please, can you change your camera? There you go, the comments you sent and the videos you watched the most on our YouTube channel. Despite the public hearings by the National Assembly to investigate the reason behind these killings, the unfortunate trend is yet to be brought to an end. However, the onus jointly lies on the federal government to issue a stern warning through its foreign missions and embassies to the international community on Nigeria's stand and the Federal Ministry of Education to make the educational system become as attractive as the ones obtainable in the Western world. Yes, it is possible, have no doubts. Most importantly, Nigerians living and studying abroad must be careful wherever they are and abide by the rules and regulations of their hosts. We end Channel's Beam on this note. The discussion continues on the social media addresses showing on your screen. Thank you for watching and see you next week. I am Victor Matthias.